I'm getting carried away with a particular topic. I wanted to stay focused on the importance of reading. It's in your hands. Prabhupada did what he did. His followers are doing what they're doing. And then the rest of you, it's in your hands to ensure that it just doesn't become a blip on the screen of history, that the founder Acharya of ISKCON kind of faded into something. Now, one of the ways to help propagate it is the distribution of books, which is a fundamental pillar of the Hare Krishna movement. And after people receive the books, some systems for encouraging them to read and understand the books. That's the sadhu sangha part, through hearing and discussing. As you remember that quote, that 1/4 of the realization is by hearing and discussing in the association of others who are also devotees. It helps people become devotees and get realizations and become inspired to read further. One other message I wanted to share today is how the Hare Krishna movement began. As we know, it began with the chanting of the holy name and the association Sadhu Sangha of Srila Prabhupada. And of course, the sadhu did what sadhus do. He chanted. There's by his left knee, that little drum, because he didn't have a mridanga. And just speaking the message of Krishna. Just this morning, I was listening to a lecture, recorded lecture, 1966, and Prabhupada was in 22nd Avenue, being really strong with a new audience. Soft, but also strong. And the Hare Krishna movement spread through the public chanting of the holy name. Maybe you recognize the Boston Common sign in the background. This was a photograph taken by the BTG photographer. Yours truly is in the painting or the photograph there. And that the Hare Krishna movement spread that way. So we should have kirtan in our temples, and we should have public sankirtan, and distribute books and public sankirtan to reach the hearts and the minds of all the people. Now, I'm going to issue a little challenge to all of you. This is a photograph I just happened to find on the internet. It's a Muslim girl who won some national award for her grasp of Bhagavad Gita. And the award was a monetary award, and she decided to give the monetary award to people who were underprivileged for their education. But, take that image that you see on the screen and do some Photoshop and put any other image in that screen of the person that we wish to become recipients of this knowledge and to become conversant in this knowledge. So here's a challenge. Let us reach the vast audiences we're not already quite successful in reaching. Now, there are some people that don't like the nomenclature, but I'll say it anyways, Western outreach, because it sounds like, hey, what about us? And we're not Western, so what about us? You're discriminating in a not complimentary way or something like that. But, so therefore this language. We're quite successful in reaching persons of Indian origin, even persons born in America that their parents are from Indian origin, and so forth. Just like my parents are from Europe, but I'm not European, I'm American. So our younger generation, they're as American as I am. But there's a lot of people that we're not so successful in reaching. So I'll end with this, well, two more things. Challenge. There are some devotees who I know who are making efforts, and even those efforts may not be like super productive. Some are super productive. Some are just in the beginning stages. Whatever it is, it's a challenge to whoever's listening. Find ways and means. Find the opportunity within your heart to just leave it up to that group of people over there to take care of audiences that are other than our standard audience. I mean, our standard audience is fantastic. The Hare Krishna movement would have sunk long ago if it wasn't for the Indian population picking it up and making it happen. And it's happening. And so there's no disparaging words for such audience. But the Hare Krishna movement is meant to go beyond that audience, and probably the very same people who are a part of their successful audiences need to be reaching out, I feel, especially our younger generation youth certainly understand very well what it means to be growing up in America, and make your best effort somehow or another, whatever your position is, to reach the hearts and the minds of those audiences that we're not reaching so well. And little encouragement, let us become better instruments of our founder, Srila Prabhupada. It's a nice photograph. Prabhupada, it's the Vyasa Puja Bhaktisiddhanta. It's a picture of Bhaktisiddhanta on a little table. A very humble event. Prabhupada offering flowers, but offering his life to Bhaktisiddhanta's mission, which then became his mission, which has become our mission. So let us become better instruments to help Srila Prabhupada carry forward his mission.